Counselor? There's a raccoon stuck in the vending machine.
That's so annoying. I wanted a snack.
Welcome to Trail Mix.
Our mini episodes from Camp Counselors podcast.
Each week, the stories come from you, our Camp Shady Birch campers.
We want to hear your juicy gossip,
Top secret confessions,
embarrassing and scary stories.
and sprinkle in our sage counselor advice.
Trail Mix is for the campers.
And God, do we love ya.
Hey, happy campers.
Welcome back to Trail Mix.
I hope you're hungry because this is our mini episode. So I guess I hope you're not too hungry because we only have mini morsels for you. That's it. Everybody get a Dixie cup. We're only filling it up a quarter of the way. That's all we can afford. This is our mini episode where we read listener submitted stories brought to you by listeners like you. Thank you.
Thank you. Speaking of mini, mini M&Ms are better than regular M&Ms. And that's not a controversial take. I think we all agree on that.
I don't see them much in store. Maybe I'm just not seeking them out, but like, I'm not going to ask the dumb question, which is, do they sell them? But like,
you don't go to Dollar Tree and it's written all over your face. You go down to Family Dollar, they got that little tube shaker. It's like M&Ms, but also a maraca.
I fucking love M&Ms. Have you seen the magic trick people have been doing with it?
No.
Well, it's not like a magic trick. It's like to fool your boyfriend. Okay, campers. This is more of a visual thing, but I'm going to do my best to explain it audibly. So you need 4 tubes, right? But one of them is going to be hidden. 3 of them empty. The full one is going to be in your sleeve pocket. Should have said that. You need a long sleeve shirt or a sweatshirt. So put the long sleeve one in your shirt and sit down with like your boyfriend or your grandma. It's probably funnier with a grandma or your wifey or whatever. And you're going to do one of those classic like sideshow things where it's like follow the ball under the cup. And you know how they do that and they shuffle them around. So you hold one up and you shake it in your hands that has the tube that's full. And it sounds like that one's full. And then you put it down. And then when you scramble them around, a la scrambler at the carnival, they pick it. They feel like an idiot because it's empty.
And you did the slowest, like mix, and they're like, wait, how did I really lose it? And wait, that's really funny. I love that.
And then you pick up another one that they didn't pick and you shake that one. You're like, no, pay attention. And then you do it again. It's been all over TikTok.
Oh, so are they all empty except the one in your pocket?
Yes.
Empty, full. Okay. Which one's full?
This one? What?
Okay.
How?
Empty, full. Okay. Follow the full one. Where's the full one?
Right here. How is it empty? How is it empty? What is going on?
Oh my God, that's so funny. Yeah. Wait, can someone do that and then send us the video? You should have done it to me.
Oh, shit. Okay, I'll do it to you later.
Okay, whoa. Welcome to the show. We did something really fun before we get into today's stories. We did a little pit stop this weekend. We were driving back to Massachusetts, back and forth for some family stuff. And I've been hearing about this outlet store deep in the Connecticut wilderness that basically is a reseller of all of like Anthropologie, Free People, Urban Outfitters stuff with furniture. And apparently when you go there, you can't take photos inside of any of the merchandise, but it's like a warehouse that has all of like their stuff that's usually like dead
overstock,
stock,
I guess,
or
maybe dead stock. I had heard of it, but I thought it was an urban legend because I'd never seen the inside of it. But I think people are probably breaking the rules and taking videos.
Well, I did see it inside of it because I saw it on TikTok, but it was a quick little like overview. And I was like, wait, they have coffee tables and couches and shirts and candles. And it's all supposed to be so cheap. We gotta go. So we were driving back yesterday and I was like, can we just stop? I found it on the map. It was like 20-minute detour. I was like, fuck it, we gotta go.
Oh my God, it's by one of our favorite places that we talked about on this podcast. Oh my God, speaking of mini M&Ms.
Oh my God, the Pez factory outlet.
Mm-hmm, in Orange, Connecticut.
Orange, Connecticut has it all in terms of like industrial warehouse tours.
That is so true. They're like, it's so weird that it's there. Are we sure? I think it is Anthropologie, but I feel like you got that information from, did you get that from me? Because I think I said it and I don't know if I fact checked it.
No, it is from there.
Okay.
Yeah, I saw it on TikTok.
Okay, on the internet.
So we went inside. It's up this overgrown hill And it's like this big warehouse with a small door, and it's like no cameras, no videos. And this place is absolutely mammoth.
Massive, absolutely mega. And before we even got in, let me rewind for just 0.5 seconds. When you're pulling into the driveway, they have like a security booth. And I don't know if that was from whatever was previously in there or if they're taking it that seriously. There are security cameras everywhere. My assumption would be it was from whatever a CIA, FBI situation that they had going on there prior to this.
I know the CIA shut down. And they're like, hey, let's put a fake anthropology here. What's it called?
Retail 101.
Yeah, they have like a dummy name because they probably don't want to be associated with it.
Yeah, and then they, I guess, are cutting corners with the cost because the signage is like...
Oh, no, it's like a rundown. But the stuff in there was really great. I will say this before you start getting in the car. I do think it was still very expensive. Like there was couches there that were in like the musty dark lighting for $3,000. And I was like, okay, like Crate and Barrel has them for the same price in their showroom.
Like, yeah, or cheaper. And they're bigger and they're more comfortable. A lot of the couches at least were very like low and they look cute in a hotel lobby because you sit in it and it's like, do I want to sit here for more than an hour?
Am I watching Pride and Prejudice in this?
Right.
No,
that's how we measure things now.
Yeah, I'm not. But when you go in there and you're down to shop heavy, they have these giant, like, you know those bins that they give you when you move into college that first day? It's like those giant like tubs on wheels.
Or a laundress. Yeah,
like,
that's like,
yeah.
I'm seeing like hotels. I'm seeing like, you know,
Huge
throwing all
bins.
the towels in there. It's massive.
Well, it'd be kind of smart if you owned a boutique.
That would be. It's probably good for sourcing. I didn't check a single price on the clothes, but what I did see the prices on, I was like, this is discounted.
Well, a lot of the clothes was for the girls. Half of the warehouse was just clothes, like formal wear, like streetwear, like all kinds of clothing that was like very trendy and cute. I don't know if that was cheaper, but it wasn't for me. Like we were on the way home. Honestly, I should have checked for some outfits for some videos. Like I got some cute shit there.
That's
but like
true.
if you're within an hour radius, like I would go. And I wonder if there's other locations around the country. What was it called again?
Retail 101.
Retail 101. Pause this podcast and just Google that and see if you got one near you. Because it's definitely worth the time if you had the time. We didn't really have the time to really get in deep there. But
I feel like they had to have some good clothes. Because when we were walking in, the woman who was walking out had one of those massive tubs. And she was like stacked. And I don't think she would have paid like the full price. But I think on the furniture and stuff, they were like real retail price. I'm like, is that for real? Are you being truthful, Leanie?
A lot of people were just buying clothing and they were buying tons of it. So it was packed in there.
It was packed the Boots house down. I couldn't believe it.
Well,
suffice it to say, we didn't buy a damn thing. And then we had to do the walk of shame out past the security. And I'm like, I swear I have nothing in my pocket.
And I didn't take a single photo because I was nervous I was going to get screamed at.
I was too. I was like vlogging outside. And then we walked in and I was like, I'm going to follow the rules.
Yeah, we just didn't have the energy to fight it.
No, we don't. We never do.
But I do have the energy to read these stories today.
I love that little segue.
I have a story about a camper seeking advice for loud coworkers who fight and pee on the floor.
I've got a story about a camper whose lover's confession hit harder than any first kiss.
Oh my God. And I have a story about a camper whose water ski wipeout turned into an unexpected colon cleanse. Let's get into it.
Are we qualified to be giving advice? No. Are we going to do it anyway? Absolutely.
Welcome back to Dear Counselors Campers. Need some advice? Ask your favorite counselors. We'll get it on the pod. As always, please submit your questions, your stories, your funny little jokes to camcounselorspodcast.com on the write-in tab or to camcounselorspod@gmail.com. This camper writes in, Dear counselors, help! It's a bloodbath in here.
It's a bloodbath in here.
She didn't write that, but that was Bridget from...
Bridget Marquand. She, from Girls Next Level, she did an ad for like a razor or something.
A razor company, and it was for like a men's razor, and that's how she started the ad. Help! It's a bloodbath in here.
And we quote it so much.
It's a podcast ad from 3 years ago that really did a good job.
They don't even do it anymore.
Help! I work in an office that allows dogs. Throughout the entire building, in separate sections, we have anywhere from 8 to 16 dogs each day. That's crazy, because now this is just a kennel. And if you're curious, this job has nothing to do with animals. It's just like a cute little like like quaint little like, oh, little perk of the job, like bring your dog to work day. But 8 to 16 dogs is actually, now you're just running a full on kennel, ASPCAS.
And I know that is fun in theory. And like when I was younger, I'd be like, what a dream job. But I wonder what that does for insurance.
I don't know, but I've worked in places that have dogs that can go to work, and it's usually 1 or 2, and they're like the easiest of dogs.
Yeah.
Like you don't even know they're there. But what?
My first job, his name was Kimball, and he was always in my studio, and he was my manager's dog, and he would always just hang out with me. Like he loved me. And then one day he didn't come in the office.
And he died.
Yeah.
That's sad.
It was really sad.
Well, let's get back on track here. In the main admin section, we have 2 small dogs and 2 large dogs. Oh my God, they're everywhere. The small dogs roam freely without issue, while the big dogs stay in the front office, wearing collars that beep if they try to leave. A gated outdoor area is available, and the big dogs ring bells to go out. Okay, so they're running the roost.
No, they're ringing bells to go out. That's too much.
Well, the big dogs belong to her CEO. Or my CEO. I'm not sure of the gender here. And those dogs are disruptive. Disruptors.
They are major disruptors. Woo, woo. Major disruptor alert. Here they come.
Beavers.
Fido and Fido.
She does not enforce training, and I don't want to be exiled or ruin it for responsible dog owners. Okay, so she doesn't want to say anything. I joined in August 2024, so you've just got there, and I'm scared to rock the boat, still being relatively new. Like you're not new, but you're still on the newer side for sure.
It hasn't been a year yet.
Yeah, and while the big dogs supposedly had training, their behavior has worsened. They're regressing. The biggest one specifically, of course, like the biggest dog is the worst. It's like, you need to relax. The biggest is, a Burmese mountain dog.
Wow.
A gorgeous breed.
Now,
do you know what those are?
I think
The
so.
black, white, and brown ones, long hair.
Oh, Beethoven ass?
No, you're thinking of no, these are like.
That's a Mastiff.
Yeah, you know what these are though. You've seen them.
Okay.
Yeah, why don't you look that up as I keep going?
I'm gonna look it up.
And his brother is a Burmese lap mix. So the full Burmese, the biggest one, steals food, pees on furniture, barks excessively, rings the bell for fun, and now escapes past the door barrier despite his shot collar. Oh, he's just built different. The CEO, who owns them, rarely disciplines them and gives them treats regardless of their behavior. Well, that part, it's fine because it's like she's not around. So like she's just loving on her dogs. But you're like, and she's treating them when they're bad. These big dogs are getting into fights with one another over their bone, food, water, in specific area they like to lay around in. They're very obviously resource guarding, and their owner, my CEO, doesn't want to admit it. What does that mean, resource guarding?
It's like if you put your hand near like a dog's toy and they like growl and they like cover it. It's like whatever their thing is, or it could be food or like something that's like in possession that a dog has is like resource guarding. It can be dangerous.
Our camper is so hateful towards these dogs that she's researching their behaviors.
And
this
honestly,
is so funny.
if the CEO isn't in the whatever room, like
She's
the front
not. This
desk
is the
room,
admin room.
Yeah, that's so annoying. It's like for the
she's dumped
majority
them.
of the day,
She
it's
dumped
like
them.
someone else's problem.
I think it's the whole day they're there. So why aren't they with the CEO in their office?
Right.
That's what I'm saying. Like, it's fine, I guess, if the dog is with you, but the fact that you're babysitting and taking care of this dog when is this in your job responsibility? Because I don't think it is.
Yeah, who's letting the dog out when they're ringing that little bell?
Probably the admin. But is it written in your official job responsibility? Because you're supposed to get one of those.
Like it's a perk, so you're welcome.
No, it doesn't sound like a perk to me.
Oh, also, I did find the Bernese Mountain Dog. It is very similar. So that's the Bernie, Little Miss Bernie, and that is Little Miss Beethoven.
Yeah, but
so
the trained dog, I would know they're very different breeds.
Yeah, Beethoven. Like, why did they always have a barrel around their neck?
I don't even know what you're looking at.
That's a barrel.
Why
did so
they always have a
the
barrel around their neck? I've never seen a photo of one of those dogs with a barrel around their neck. I literally have never seen that.
Ever watch Hanna-Barbera at all?
No.
Back to the camper. Sorry.
Dogs are unpredictable. And when they are resource guarding, it's scary for me, and I don't like listening to barks and growls.
That's valid.
Yeah. Listen, we're validating you. This is a nightmare. Many coworkers are frustrated, but no one wants to confront the CEO. When addressed, she dismisses concerns with vague plans to figure it out. It's so embarrassing trying to answer phone calls over constant barking. Girl, we record a podcast when cars drive by. I literally want to scream when it's loud.
Oh my
I
God.
can't imagine what you're going through. That's awful. Please hold. Sorry for your ears.
I would love to know like what business she's under.
I know she can't say
or does they get into it?
No, they can't because they gotta keep it vague.
Got it.
Gotta keep the job. And it's unfair to punish the actual responsible dog owners because of two misbehaved dogs.
I understand what she's saying. Like,
Okay.
so the other coworkers with
Yeah.
the well-behaved dogs, it's like,
Of
they
course,
don't-
it's the CEO's dogs the worst
ugh.
because no one can say anything. The majority of our admin team, including another dog owner, agrees that this is the problem. This
And then
is
when the CEO
such-
walks in, they're like, they're being angel.
This is so like, you know what? This is trauma bonding. This is good for work. Not good for you, but this is good a place to become good friends with people because you have a common enemy and it's Fido and Fido. How can I approach this without causing office drama or losing the privilege for everyone? Oh, did I mention I dislike most dogs and I'm chronically a cat person? With love, Camper and Cabin 7, where barking echoes up to heaven.
I have a couple of thoughts.
Well, you need to, the question is, what can she do or he do?
Do you want me to start?
Yeah, I think you should.
Okay, so I think what you should do is you should go ahead and get on to like Google reviews or something, make a fake account on a fake email, and make sure it's not traceable back to you. That is very important. Don't do this on a work computer. And if you have to do this on your own time when you're home, do it on your own time when you're home. Yeah.
Especially with a glass of wine. It's actually it's become fun.
Yeah, you could like compliment and don't be like loved the girl on the phone. She's I think her name was Chisa. Like don't give yourself away.
So was it Chisa or Chasey? Either way, gorgeous voice.
And don't give it like a low number. Give it like maybe a 4 out of 5 if that's like what your Google scores are like. And say, loved this. My only issue was I could barely hear the customer service person or whoever I was speaking to on the phone because there were dogs barking in the background. Is this place a kennel? ... question mark or something like that. Someone would leave a review for as a complaint, but still enjoying the service.
If you're going to do that, you cannot say a single thing to the CEO because it cannot get, because if you said something and then that appears up the next day, like you're in hot
you gotta
water.
let it. You have to let it sit there. And if anything, you say something like months later because
Yeah.
it's like you can't come in the next day and be like 2 hours ago this was written. That's so weird.
Well, I think too, you also can't go in with another one immediately after if there's never been brought up before. Now there's 2 in the same week.
Yeah, that's so true. Yeah, this takes some time and some processing. Another thing that I
It's
think
it's a slow burn.
it's a slow burn. And
Unfortunately.
this one could be a slow burn too. And this one is, I feel like, more unfortunate. My thought is if this dog is also the one who's like shitting and farting and pissing everywhere, which is what I believe this camper was saying,
Yeah.
you gotta leave it on the floor. You gotta leave it on the floor to the end of the day. And I'm so sorry. Bring a N95, put a mask on, but like your CEO needs to see it and smell it for themselves and then have the audacity to ask you to pick it up. And then you can say, I'm not picking up your dog shit or something like that. You know, am I wrong in saying that?
I think we should start with plan A before plan B.
I do too. And your other coworkers need to be on the same fucking boat because if Cheryl from accounting decides to take one for the team because she can't stand the smell, she just ruined, you guys just sat through the smell of dog shit for 2 hours. Your CEO is never going to know. And Cheryl was like, I can't take it anymore. And she cleans it up and nobody talks about it. No, everybody has to be on
sitting in a
boat.
room with dog shit to make a point. I would never.
Oh, I would do it for a day. I would do it for 2 days. I'll make my point one way or the other. And you should too.
This episode is sponsored in part by BetterHelp. You know, we've come a long way when it comes to talking about mental health, but there's still more work to do. In a recent survey, 26% of Americans say they've avoided getting mental health support because they were afraid of being judged. That's a huge number. A happier, healthier world starts with people getting the support they need and deserve. I've learned so much in therapy. Not only did I learn how to process my emotions in a healthy way, but I also learned how to stop spiraling over things I can't control. Something I didn't even realize I was struggling with. If you're thinking about starting therapy, give BetterHelp a try. BetterHelp has over 10 years of experience matching people with the right therapist from their diverse network of more than 30,000 licensed therapists with a wide range of specialties. BetterHelp is fully online, making therapy affordable and convenient, serving over 5 million people worldwide. And you can easily switch therapists anytime. We're all better with help. Visit betterhelp.com/camp to get 10% off your first month. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/camp. This is a really big secret. Thank God we're on a body of water. This is Confession Canoe.
Welcome back to Confession Canoe, you bitches. If you have something to confess, we'll keep you anonymous. We're counselors, but we're also priests. Why are you screaming silently? That's creepy.
I was adding, because you're just speaking, and for our watchers on YouTube, it's a little boring sometimes when you're just speaking. So I like to act out what you're saying. So that was a man in distress on the canoe.
Okay, thank you. You're welcome, YouTube watchers. Okay, hey ZZ and JC.
Woo!
Hi. Okay, there's a very long paragraph that I did read before this, and it was very kind, Camper. Thank you. I'll read it to you after this, but I'm going to jump into this.
Thank you for the love and support.
Very kind, very loving. Thank you. Okay. Oh, God. With April only a few weeks away.
We're a little behind.
I'm so sorry about that. I've decided that it's time to confess the details of the April Fool's joke that changed my life forever.
Good.
Let's go back. All the way back. May 2012, rural Pennsylvania. I had just gotten my license on the third try because the DMV woman was embarrassed for me.
That's honestly, third is now you're getting into dangerous territory with the third.
Yeah, it's like, should you be driving? Okay.
She felt bad for me even though I hit the curb.
The one thing that I failed on was the headlights. They like turn on your headlights. I was like, they go on. They're on. She's like, no, they're on automatic.
Combative.
She was like, they're on automatic. I'm like, this is how I live my life. Like, they're gonna be on automatic. When it's dark out, they go.
Not
light.
all cars do. My first car didn't do that. It was a 1997 Volvo S70.
But it was my car. You take the test in your own car.
Oh, not I, said the Massachusetts driver test.
Okay.
Well, really quickly, I almost failed mine because I had my emergency brake up for half of it. But the car was still driving. No, but the one thing is, the car still drives. And I know that's crazy. But I noticed it, and my instructor, who was in the back seat with me because I did it through lessons, she was trying to distract him so that I would notice. And then I noticed and I put it down. So she believed afterwards when I got it, she was like, I don't think he knew. But also, I want to say really quickly before we get back to this, the world doesn't end when you hit the curb.
No, it doesn't. Your bumper might, but
the driver instructors really need to realize that that shouldn't be a failing thing.
Yeah, let's just work on not hitting people and
yeah. Also, let's not take a left on red or something. There's other things to worry about.
Let's give it up on the parallel parking. I feel like I'm good at parallel parking. I have it, but teach people how to not park like an asshole. And I think that in a normal spot, let's start at the basics and work our way up if we're going to do parallel parking.
Parallel parkers.
Okay. What was I saying? I was one of the first in my friend group to get their license, and summer was just around the corner. I lived in a small town, and word traveled fast. Suddenly, I had more classmates saying hi and asking what I was up to this summer.
We're doing a ride, bitch.
Kiss asses, but honestly, I can't hate their hustle. One classmate in particular, let's call him AJ, started to talk to me more frequently. He was so handsome, charismatic, and a popular kid, so it naturally threw me off a little bit. We had a few classes together in the previous school years, but he always seemed to have a group of friends surrounding him. There was no doubt in my mind that he would catch a ride with dozens of other people, so I was suspicious of his sudden interest in me. When summer rolled around, we didn't keep in touch. Despite having my number and being Facebook friends, we only exchanged a few likes, not even a poke. Let's bring that back. Can you still poke on Facebook?
Yes, you can, because I've done it recently.
Campers, go out there and poke.
My friends were poking me.
Yeah, poke someone randomly.
Weird. They're being so weird.
What a way to brighten someone's day. Anyway, AJ grew up on the quote-unquote other side of town, which is essentially a really bunch of farmland separated by a Walmart and Eaton Park. I don't know what that is. Eaton Park? Mm-hmm. Do you know what that is?
No, it's just a park. It's called Eaton Park. I don't think you should know.
Eat and Park.
Oh, okay. Well, it's in the name, I believe.
Okay. So there wasn't much of an opportunity to bump into each other either. I eventually believed that his brief interest must have been Cinderella license inspired. When school came back in session, though, AJ picked up where he had left off in June. He continued to talk to me whenever we'd bump into each other, except now he'd even walk me to class sometimes.
He likes you.
We had one official class together at the end of the day with a super chill teacher. So AJ began sitting next to me instead of his assigned seat. Those teachers were so cool. They're like, sit wherever.
Because it really doesn't matter.
It doesn't. The same teacher was the sponsor for the school store, and I was one of the students selected to run it after school. After school? That's annoying.
She's like, who needs an Arizona iced tea, a nerd's robe? Quickly.
Quickly, hurry up. Pencils are 2 for $5. That's an expensive pencil. Listen, the tariffs is all I can do. One day, my newfound friend asked to stay after school with me to help me run the store. Suddenly, I was sweating. Why did AJ want to spend time after school with me?
He likes you.
Was he trying to sneak some extra snacks? We all snuck extra snacks. Sorry, Mr. R. Did this guy have a crush on me? I was way too shy to ask. Panicked, I said, sure. And thus we became coworkers. Over the next few months, our friendship continued to develop. We began hanging out outside of school, going to the mall, grabbing Chinese takeout for dinner, making each other mix CDs, and talking in the car for hours. When Valentine's Day rolled around, AJ even got me a teddy bear and wrote a really thoughtful card. It was one of the kindest gestures anyone had done for me. Still, I was suspicious and anticipatingly waiting. This felt too much like a 90s movie. Hot, popular guy hanging out with shy, awkward girl. There had to be a catch. Finally, April 1st, 2023. All the pieces came together. It was a Monday, and we were on our way to the store to purchase some supplies we needed for a school project. All day, his energy had felt off, frantic instead of the calculated cool I was used to him having. As we drove for the 20 minutes from our rural farmland high school to the store, he was quiet. Though my mind was racing, I didn't initiate any conversation. Finally, he lowered the music and said, I have something I want to tell you. I glanced over to read his expression and was met with eyes that clearly had a confession to make. There was a small, nervous smile barely touching his lips, and his cheeks were flushed. My mind was racing more than my 2002 Saturn. We screeched to a halt at a stop sign I nearly missed. Is this it? Is he about to tell me he's in love with me? I felt my cheeks flush. I hadn't let myself go there in my mind. What would I say? How would I feel? Am I in love with him too? God, I think so. Is this my friends to lovers rom-com dream moment coming true at only 17? I'm gay, he said.
I knew it.
What? When I didn't respond, he repeated himself. I'm gay. I turned back to the road. That's really not a funny joke, I finally told him. There's nothing funny or wrong about being gay.
Hello.
Just because we live in a small, closed-minded town doesn't mean ... I'm not joking, AJ said, cutting me off. This isn't an April Fool's joke. Suddenly, my mind began racing again. So he is telling me the truth. AJ had always been such a flirt. He had a reputation of being the school's most eligible bachelor, but he had yet to take any action to take advantage of it, which only made him more desirable. When we got to the school, I told him I needed proof that he was being sincere.
Kiss a boy now.
Prove it. AJ laughed and said, what do I have to do? Show you my secret folder on my phone? Yes, I said. So he did. Turns out it wasn't an April Fool's joke. Tons of naked men kissing.
Tons of boys pecking boys and playing swords.
And he has fantastic taste in men. While we had been friends for almost a year already, our friendship suddenly became even deeper.
Oh.
That day, a love sprouted in a way that feels impossible to describe. There is such a deep awe and overwhelming protectiveness that comes along with knowing that you are someone's first tell. We became absolutely inseparable from that day on. We even won the best couple that never was superlative senior year. I was the only one who knew for a few more years until he officially came out to his family and other close friends in 2016. When we were finally old enough to go to gay bars in a city downtown. Through laughter and tears, late nights and early mornings, advocacy and the decree for marriage equality, we were together holding each other's hearts and hands. I want to end this confession by holding space to honor your first tells and the friends you went on to dance on top of bars to share with the disco ball spinning. The greatest honor of my life was being entrusted with knowing him fully and being able to love him authentically. That day changed my life forever and was even better than any love confession a 90s rom-com writer could imagine. Love you, counselors. XOXO. P.S. Please have Counselor Kira come back to the studio soon. I miss her. Amber, that was so
beautiful.
Sweet. That was really like, so sweet.
I love that.
Scary stories around the campfire.
Well, welcome back to Scary Stories Around the Campfire. Things are about to take a unexpected turn from heartfelt to woo. That really happened?
You just had 17 facial expressions. That was crazy.
I am expressive.
That was very Lucille Ball of you.
Hi, counselors.
Hi.
It was the summer of 2021.
Oh, God.
That was a good summer.
It
COVID was kind of on the die down.
Mm-hmm.
But we
spending
also were like,
together.
yeah, we were all still like in that, like, at least for us, I feel like we were like, wow. So is Camper. I had just graduated from my master's program and was ready for a vacation. Congrats. What better place to go than a lake? A true camper's favorite place.
Literally.
My whole family met up at, okay, I'm going to butcher this, but our Idahoan campers will know. Coeur d'Alene.
Not the Spanish twist.
I know it's literally supposed to be so French. Coeur D apostrophe. Now I'm freaking out. Alene. D'Alene.
I would have to see it. I'm a visual
Coeur
learner.
d'Alene, Idaho. My uncle who lives in the state brought his boat so we could cruise around and partake in water sports. True camp style fun, right? Now, I'm not sure how familiar you are with water skiing.
Not very.
Not at all.
Not very.
Can you picture the two of us doing water skiing?
I would break an ankle. I'm good on the water. I'm good at when it comes to water
it's
sports.
all core, which neither of us have core strength.
I have plenty of it.
Okay. But anyone who is would know that there are certain risks that come with falling the wrong way.
Yeah, like a broken foot.
I'm talking about the unpleasant experience of falling backwards, spread eagle, everything exposed, and water shooting up the asshole enema style.
Falling backwards.
Yeah, like over yourself and like your legs going open and the water jetting up your butt.
Oh, okay. Got it. Oh,
This
that's a visual.
happens from time to time, but this time was different. I was water skiing as usual. This is a funny sentence. You guessed it. I fell the wrong way. Never in my life had I fallen at such a force and velocity. Almost instantly, I felt my bowels start moving and I knew I needed to let everything out.
Oh no.
The pressure was too much.
You literally, your muscles cannot take it. Think about how fast the boat is going. So it's going in any orifice, whether that's your ear or your hole.
Your body can't hold that much drainage.
At such force.
This is going to get graphic. As I bobbed in the water, waiting for my uncle to circle the boat around, I clenched my butt cheeks together with all the strength I had left. Just let it go there. You're in the water. As my brother leaned over the side, shouting at me to get my skis, which were somewhere off in the distance, but the least of my concern at the present time, I shouted back, "I think I'm going to shit my pants right now." Confused, he helped me get back onto the boat, where I apologized in advance.
Well, your brother clearly wasn't an advanced skier because he would have known about that.
Why wouldn't you just shit your pants in the water versus getting on the boat?
What if it floats?
Well,
Hope floats.
There's no bathroom on the boat, so what's the other plan here?
To shit off the side of the boat.
Well,
everyone's going to see it anyway. I don't know.
Like the diarrhea scene in the movie Bridesmaids, I yelled at everyone, "Look away!
Go around!"
While I pulled down my bikini bottoms, crouched over the edge of the back platform, and explosively pissed lake water out of my asshole.
Oh, God, girl.
Once this was completed, I felt instant relief, but decided it was best to be done water skiing for the day. She said, "Woo, today drained me."
Today literally drained me. I'm just thinking about all the algae and the little amoeba that are in the water and now in your body.
Well, what can I say? Sometimes shit happens, I guess. Sincerely, the camper going poo in cabin number 2.
Wow. Okay, that was graphic, and I'm sorry you went through that. I think my days of like super fast speedy boating, I don't need to speed boat. The last time you and I were on a boat, a massive fog rolled in, campers. If you remember, we actually vlogged it. It was a terrifying situation to be in, and we didn't know how dangerous it was until after we got out of it.
Like, unless it's Tower of Terror, I'm not thrill seeking.
No, I don't. I like a leisure. Oh my God, get me on a pontoon, play
I like
some
a boat.
Jimmy Buffett.
And even like the boat can go fast. I don't want to be on a speedboat. I would never. What I would do though, on the back of a boat going fast, if I wasn't to do anything, I would ride like the hot dog or like one of those things.
Oh yeah.
See, like water skiing truly is a sport.
Yeah,
It's too athletic for us.
I don't need to go fast. I don't.
You like to
I'm
go
not,
slow.
Yeah, I'm fine with that. I sometimes when we're going like a little too fast, I'm like, can we slow down? Like we're going too fast.
In the car?
No, on a boat.
Okay.
I don't know. In my head, I'm like, we're gonna hit a rock. We're gonna hit a rock.
We haven't been on a boat that many times together.
No, but I've been on a boat many a time, and I just like I don't need.
so
I don't
Republican of you.
have the need for speed. Don't you dare. You take that sentence and you shove it up your ass.
Well, that's all we have for today's episode, campers. So whether you're water skiing, finding love in a gayless place,
Or dealing with your CEO's dog shit. We're here for you. We'll be here for you.
we'll see you next week. We'll see you the week after. We'll see you forever. With that being said, lights out, campers.